and welcome to another edition of RC Racing. Now, fittingly, as we're at MOTO Arena here at Silverstone, we'll have some large-scale Euro Formula 1 action from the Czech Republic. Nick, I think this is your size. I think you'll find they're being worn tight this year.
Oh, and it matches my eyes. Thanks, John. But before we go to the Czech Republic, we're taking that short trip to Austria for the EFRA 1/10 scale off-road two-wheel drive championships. Possibly the most skillful form of off-road racing. Let's see what happened a couple of months ago.
We're here in Austria for the electric off-road European Championships. Hupo, how are you feeling coming to this event?
Pretty good. I mean, it's kind of my home track, so I'm quite confident.
This weekend can be very competitive. A lot of drivers who've got a chance to make the A final, win the overall championship. Who do you think your main competitors are going to be?
It's always the same people. After practice, I have to say Peter Pinisch is pretty fast. He's also from Austria. Lee Martin, of course. Neil Craig, Jörn Neumann. I think that are the main competitors this week.
And the track layout itself looks very technical, lots of jumps on it. How do you find the track to drive on?
Let's say it's quite easy to drive on, but it's really hard to go fast. So it will be hard for everybody to make a clean run.
So here in the pits with Lee Martin. Lee just been confirmed as TQ man for the two-wheel drive event. Well done, Lee. That's got to feel quite good for you.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, it's amazing actually. I'm really happy.
Your cars have looked really good on the track all the time. Have you had to make many setup changes to it throughout the event so far?
To be honest, no. I actually came here and practiced a few weeks back, and I think I've changed one thing since my original setup. So I guess I had it pretty good to start with. So I'm pretty happy with that as well. I haven't had to do much.
Hupo, second place on the grid. Do you think you've got a chance to challenge Lee in the finals?
I didn't have a chance in qualifying, but finals are always different. I hope I can step up a little bit, otherwise it will be pretty difficult.
You mean step up your driving at all, or are you going to change anything on the car to try and help you?
I just changed very, very tiny little things, but main thing, I need to drive better.
Paul, 7th place in the first round, but then really picking it up in rounds 2 and 3, gets you 3rd place on the grid. Very happy with that result?
Yeah, it's good. You can move up from there, so yeah, happy, man.
You think you have got a chance to challenge the top 2 drivers from the 3rd place?
Yeah, as long as nothing goes wrong the first couple of laps, like over the triple-double, then yeah, no doubt.
Have you really been focusing on the electric buggy this year? Has that been your main aim for this year?
Yeah, that's been my main aim. I've done electric buggy all year. I've only done a few 8-scale races. So it's all been about electric this year for me.
So this is the big one for you this weekend?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is the big one. This is what I've been waiting for all year. So it's gone pretty well so far.
On pole position on the Tamiya, Lee Martin. Hubert Honeygall, the Austrian, is in 2nd position. In 3rd from the UK, Paul Bradbury. In 4th, Jörn Neumann, the German, and his countryman. In 5th position is Mark Reinhardt. In 6th, it's Peter Pinisch, another one of the Austrian drivers. 7th, another Brit, Ellis Stafford. In 8th, it is Kevin Lee. There he is. Well done. In 9th position, Neil Craig. A lot of Brits here. 10th, Tom Cockerell. Yeah, you've guessed it. Another Brit. Off and running, and poleman Lee Martin gets a cracking start. That leaves Hubert Honeygall and Paul Bradbury to try and sort out 2nd place between them as they head onto the AstroTurf whoops for the first time. And it is the poleman who has a decent enough lead. Gets great air coming out of the hairpin, and he's already got, well, a little bit of a cushion. Now there's the battle for 2nd, and it's Honeygall just ahead of Paul Bradbury as the rest of the field streams through, but it's the Austrian who's under pressure from the Brit for 2nd and 3rd. Lee Martin Just getting away a little bit as the battle for second and third really hots up and through. Goes the Brit, but no, this side by side. Oh, the lead has gone off! The lead has gone off right in front of that battle. So that means now I think we've got Bradbury leading. Yes, we have. Bradbury's leading. And Lee Martin in second. Honigle's dropped back to third. Well, that's a massive turnaround there. A massive turnaround. So there is Lee Martin going up over the whoops. And look, he's lost it in midair. Comes down short. You'll see the marshals start to move as the second and third cars go through. And that's how it all got shaken up. Paul Bradbury leads then, but he's under pressure now from Lee Martin. And Martin looks down the inside. Will he get a run? No, he just has to drop back in there. You feel, though, that Martin, who was our pole qualifier, is just a little more confident. If he kicked himself, he made that mistake a few laps ago. It was right here. Has he learned his lesson? No, he hasn't! And again, he comes up short. And look at how much Paul's got now as a lead, and I think that's Honigle that's gone through into second place. Is that the bright yellow? Yes, it is. So where's Martin? Martin's gone down to third. Well, would you believe it? Twice fundamental errors made on that tabletop. And the Brit then, Paul Bradbury, leads. And he's got quite a comfortable lead now. Honigle in second with the bright yellow wheels. That's how to pick him out. The number 3 Buggy, you can see it there on the far side of the circuit from us. Now, is he being closed down a little bit? There's Lee Martin. He's recovered, but he's in third. Got to be shaking his head just a little bit now and wondering what he's got to do on that tabletop to clear it. If you look back down the field for the chasing pack, and that's a long way back. Long way back indeed to our 4th place Buggy. That is the number 5 of Mark Reinhardt, the German multiple champion. But here's the lead again. Can't take our eyes off this for too long. As Honigle then in second place, the yellow rims shining in the sunshine here. Thank goodness we have got some sunshine finally. And again a mistake. And this time it's the Austrian that cracks under pressure. So that means Lee Martin's back up into second place. Paul Bradbury just basically knocking in some consistent lap times. He's not setting the world alight, but in fairness, he's keeping the Buggy the right way up. And that seems to be the right tactics at the moment. Very technical course. And these AstroTurfs. Oh, what am I saying? What am I saying? The AstroTurf causing the problem again over the tabletop. And now it's as you were at the beginning. Let's just throw away the last few moments of my life because Lee Martin leads again. And Paul Bradbury in second place. Honigle a distant third at the moment. And now we'll have to see what Paul is like in the role of chaser rather than leader. And again, just getting some weird bounces off that AstroTurf centre section. Tabletop this time, not so much of a problem for our leader. And here comes the battle for the lead. These banked sections just allowing the drivers to take a lot of speed in there if they dare. But of course, it's a change of surface and therefore a change of grip characteristics. I think that has been catching them out, as has the tabletop that they're coming to now. Martin leads from Bradbury, who's bounced badly there, and he's lost some position. Now, has he gone complete? No, he's still in second. Honigle hasn't been able to get through. Martin leads, though, by an increased margin in the crowd like that as he comes through the S's. But where are the chasing pair? Bradbury and Honigle, nowhere to be seen. As we head into the final stages now. Oh, and there's Bradbury's gone over. He's thrown away second place. And that's Neil Cragg now. Neil Cragg from 9th has come through to second, and he's landed short. And he's over as well. The marshal working overtime there on the far side of the tabletop. So Lee Martin's gone through, and then it's Honigle and Bradbury, or should I say Bradbury and Honigle. There they are, battling for second place as we head into the last couple of laps. Oh, and Paul has stuffed it into the curb over the top from Honigle, trying to get back through into second. So it's still Paul Bradbury in second, Hubert Honigle in third. Drama on the last couple of laps here. Lee Martin well ahead of all of this. And here's Lee coming through to take the checkered flag and win it. But who's going to be second? Far side of the circuit. Honigle has a big time and almost gets through there, but can't quite make it stick as they come to the line. So let's confirm the results then. Lee Martin, undoubtedly the winner by 7.1 seconds from Paul Bradbury in second place. Honeygall fractions behind in third. It was Neil Cragg, made his way from 9th to 4th. Then Pinisch, Stafford, Neumann, Reinhard, Lee and Tom Cockerell, the top 10.
Really close within the top 3 of you all through the race, changing positions, a few mistakes from all of you, I think, in that one, but you came through at the end.
I did, yeah. I was hoping people were going to crash because I did, so I was hoping other people did. I can imagine it was better to watch than race, but I'm super happy to win the first leg.
Well, let me tell you, it was a fantastic race to watch. Well done, and see what you can do in legs 2 and 3. Good luck.
There'll be more from Austria later on in the show, but now, as promised, we're off to the Czech Republic and the track they call the Monaco of large scales. Yes, it's Formula One action with the inaugural large-scale Formula Euros, and Matt has got all the details.
Every once in a while, Mother Nature gifts a European Championship with consistent, hot, sunny weather. During practice and qualification, setups and tyres are honed and perfected. But then, when it comes to the actual racing, as the last round of qualifying drew to a close, so too did the clouds draw in, and now we wait for the approaching thunderstorm and the rain. But that's enough weather from me, let's get into qualifying. Home favourite Martin Bayer dominated for much of qualifying, and despite a slightly shaky 3rd and 4th round, he takes TQ.
The weather changed a lot, so the car was good, but not enough to go faster. So it was very difficult to just go straight.
Qualifying in second is younger brother Ales Bayer, putting in a solid performance on his home track. Third fastest was 2007 large-scale touring car world champion Martin Lissau. He will take second on the grid behind TQ man Martin Bayer in the A semi-final, whilst Ales Bayer will take pole in the B semi-final. While the rain plagued the lower heats before stopping for the final, its effects had made this already technical track even more dangerous. But as the finals unfolded, the large-scale Formula One Euros looked increasingly like a two-way battle between the two Martins, Bayer and Lissau. And it was all smiles before the semi-finals.
Oh, maybe he makes one mistake.
You never know.
Not sure.
But the semi-final was to be an intense 30-minute battle, with Bayer protecting his position and ultimately winning with a clever pitting strategy. Well, as the final got underway, all the drivers stepped up, mindful of the perilous track barriers, but full of a desire to be faster. Alas, pitting along with lap traffic were to be Bayer's downfall, and after 50 minutes of breathtaking driving, Martin Lissau from Denmark is the new 1/5 Formula One European champion. Congratulations, Martin.
Thank you.
Just how you planned it?
Yeah, the pit stop worked out very good, and yeah, we was a little lucky with Martin get in trouble before the pit stop, so was lucky and keep on going, and everything worked out perfect.
As ever, a great sportsman, the vice champion continues to look on the bright side.
Yeah, that's racing. Second place is, I think, not bad. Yeah. We had problem with the traffic, so I lost 2 corners and Martin just passed me.
For the top 2 at least, this race came down to 2 key moments.
Some cars spun, and I was very lucky to pass without touching anything. And I see Martin, he went a bit out of the grass, maybe to get some dirt on the tire, and then from the next corner he has no acceleration, so I could put the car inside, and yeah.
Still, in the opening half of the race, this gave way to an intense battle, similar to that of the semi-final, but with the positions reversed.
Then I was competitive with him, we just go together.
approaching 26 minutes, both drivers, still bumper to bumper, will have been acutely aware of the need to refuel.
Pit stop worked out very good. And we also had a lot of work back home to do the pit stop very fast with the fuel gun and everything.
But we had some troubles with the refueling. We lost almost 10 seconds. And on this track, 10 seconds is very difficult to get down. So
In third position, Dario Veseli struggled for a second time with tyres.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but in the beginning I again had problem with tires. But after was pretty good. I was happy with the third place, and that's it.
2010 large-scale Formula One champion Martin TOP would not have long to enjoy his victory, as the large-scale touring car championships were to begin in just 24 hours. And to find out what happened, keep tuning in to RC Racing.
So this is the HPI Savage Flux 2350, essentially the same as the Savage Flux but with more affordable electrics and motor. So, should be a little more friendly. Come back! The intention was to take the model to a field to get some photos. 2350 had other ideas. The 2350 was taking us somewhere. Somewhere we didn't plan on going. There is no doubt in the power of this truck. But with the 2350 there's more control. Question is, who's controlling who?
And now we return to Austria for the second leg of the two-wheel drive A final, and with your race commentary, it's John HINDHAUGH.
Well, Poleman Lee Martin knows that a win here makes him European champion. Sounds easy, me saying it here, but he gets a very good start into the S's for the first time. Honeygall, Bradbury, Neumann, the top four. Mark Reinhardt in fifth position. Heading over the whoops and all kinds of carnage there. Doesn't affect the leader though. He goes through. Now remember, the tabletop was his nemesis in the first round. Very lucky to come out with a win. Heads through. It's Honeygall in second. That looks like Reinhardt going through in third place. So the rest of the field stream through. Neil Cragg at the back of that opening group. The leader already getting away. Can he smell that European Championship already? Got to keep his concentration going. Now, that is Mark Reinhardt. And behind him, he's under pressure from... Is that Ellis Stafford behind him? Yes, it is. Stafford then. Just dropped behind Reinhardt, the experienced German. And looked like Reinhardt was in a bit of trouble there, and Stafford, I think, may have made up a position or two. But there is our leader, Lee Martin, keeping well out of trouble. Ooh, pushing a little bit hard there at the end of the start-finish straight. Honeygall in second. No, that's still Reinhardt in third. So someone who had bother was behind him. Now, can anybody put pressure on Lee Martin? He's grabbed pole position, and he was pretty impressive in the first heat, with the exception of a couple of mistakes at the tabletop. Hubert Honeygall himself was not squeaky clean either. Indeed, was anybody at the front of that first heat. There is Honeygall in second with Mark Reinhardt. Won just about everything there is to win, Reinhardt, hasn't he? And he must be slightly disappointed with his running this weekend. Hasn't had it all his own way. But at the moment, he looks to me just to be closing down on second place. Honeygall then heading out into the S's. Austria versus Germany for second place. Mistake there again by Mark. Is he slightly overdriving the buggy? A lot of drivers getting those whoops wrong and struggling, particularly with the last jump. Seems to be throwing the buggies offline. Can't quite get them lined up for the right-hander at the end of it. Now into this very technical section. Hard on the stoppers and pulling the car in to the apex. And again, Honeygall is under pressure. And again, Mark just makes a mistake. Hubert Honeygall then in second place. And now with a bit of breathing space, thanks to another... Oh, and he's just made a mistake as well. But I'm afraid that Mark Reinhardt had dropped too far back. And in fact, that's Ellis Stafford who's come through into third place. From 7th on the grid, Stafford then, the new third place driver. And, well, he just needs to keep reeling these laps off. We've seen, haven't we? Not necessarily the fastest of the fast that comes out on top here. Consistency is all important. And plenty of consistency from the number one driver, the pole man, Lee Martin. And I think he's learned his lesson, you know, from that first heat. He's not pushing too hard. Note he's not pulling away too much from the drivers behind him. Honeygall and Stafford. Reinhardt, I think, in fourth place there. Yeah. And despite the fact that the drivers behind Lee Martin are making mistakes, Lee's not pulling away. And that suggests to me that he's pacing himself, not trying to do lap record times. And that's a pass for third and fourth, is it? No. Because Stafford's held on to it, but that is Mark Reinhardt, who's right there. The German's caught up with the Englishman. And heading into the tabletop again. Stafford just a little bit late on the power. Can Mark get up the inside here? He's having a good look. He'll do the cut back here and try to get on the power early, and that's perfect stuff from Mark, but he catches the bump wrong and rolls out of a momentary third place back down into fourth. But look at how quick he's recovered. I mean, he was lucky that the buggy came back on its wheel straight away. And again, we see there, land on those whoops with too much power on you, spear across to the right, put yourself in entirely the wrong place for the right-handed hairpin. Just one more lap stands between Lee Martin and the European Championships. Just got to keep it the right side up now, through the whoops, heading towards the tabletop, which he's made a couple of mistakes at. Oh my goodness me, that was super safe there, but he knows he's got plenty of breathing space. He's got, well, almost half a lap between himself and the rest of the field, and he comes through to win this heat and the European Championship. It's Lee Martin's to take home. So even backing off at the end of the race on the final lap, it's still almost 5 seconds between Lee Martin in first place and the new European champion, from Hubert Honeygall in second. Peter Pinisch, the Austrian, comes up into third, taking advantage of the battle between Ellis Stafford and Mark Reinhardt in fourth and fifth. Cockerell, Cragg, Neumann, Bradbury and Lee, the rest of the runners. That's it for this edition of RC Racing. Don't forget though, if you've liked what you've seen here, there's plenty more on rcracing.tv. And next time we'll be in Pattaya, Thailand for the 1/8 Rallycross World Championships. See you then.